شورش ایرانی بیدارم. مادر خون گشت جگر حاضر، روی پر از برف پدر حاضر، ایده خورشید به در حاضر. میهن تبعیدیم ای ایران، خانه خورشیدیم ای ایران، عشق تو و شوق خطر حاضر. در شب گردم و سوزانم، خشم فرو خورده ایرانم. بغض گلوی یتیمانم، حسرت یک سفره بینانم، نور شفق فام شهیدانم. جرأت برهم زن تقدیرم، موج پدید آور تغییرم، فصل براندازی زنجیرم. قله مغرور دماوندم، دامن در دامن البندم، برق پر از صورت شمشیرم. در شب گردم و سوزانم، خشم فرو خورده ایرانم. بغض گلوی یتیمانم، حسرت یک سفره بینانم، نور شفق فام شهیدانم. جرأت برهم زن تقدیرم، موج پدید آور در شب گردم و سوزانم، خشم فرو خورده ایرانم. بغض گلوی یتیمانم، حسرت یک سفره بینانم، نور شفق فام شهیدانم. جرأت برهم زن تقدیرم، موج پدید آور تغییرم، فصل براندازی زنجیرم. قله مغرور دماوندم، دامن در دامن البندم، برق پر از صورت شمشیرم. پیکارم، مرد و زن جنگم و عیارم، برش بارونم و رگبارم. بلبل انداز شررناکم، سابقه در دستم و بیباکم، شورش ایرانی بیدارم. مادر خون گشت جگر حاضر، روی پر از برف پدر حاضر، ایده خورشید به در حاضر. میهن تبعیدیم ای ایران، خانه خورشیدیم ای ایران، عشق تو و شوق خطر حاضر. بشه ایرانی بیدارم حاضر 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 مادرتون داشته جگر حاضر روی پر از حرف پدر حاضر ایده خوشیده به در حاضر 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 این همه تبلیغیم ای ایران خانه خورشیدیم ای ایران عشق تو و شوق خطر حاضر 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 حاضر
Down with terrorist regime of Iran! Down with terrorist regime of Iran! Down with dictator! Down with Khamenei! دوستان هموطنان شهر من یه شعار یه بار میگم شما دو بار تکرار میکنید Down with terrorist regime of Iran Down with dictator Down with Khamenei Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran.
چشمه هنر دور از تو اندیشه بدان پاینده مانی تو جاودان سنگ جوهر در گوهر است خاک دشتم بهتر از زر است مهرت از دل کی برون کنم بر گوی مهر تو چون کنم تا گردش جهان و دور آسمان به پا
Welcome, everyone, to the Free Iran rally in Washington, D.C. I'd like to introduce Democratic Congressman Brad Sherman, who serves as the representative for California's 32nd District. Congress Sherman is a senior member of the House of Foreign Affairs Committee. Please give him a warm welcome to the stage.
Hello, I'm Brad Sherman. I come from California's best named city, Sherman Oaks. And I'm pleased to be here with you today, where we can once again raise our voices for a free, democratic, non-nuclear Iran. I know we'll be joined by video by our special guest, Miriam Rajavi, the President-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran. We're here to support the Iranian people and their struggle for democracy. Let us be clear. That can only be made possible by putting an end to the Islamic Republic, which has terrorized the Iranian people and the region for so long.
Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran.
Just this week, in what can only be described as medieval cruelty, The regime subjected dissident singer Medvi Yarahi to 74 lashes. His crime, according to them, singing a protest song. The Ayatollah's henchmen resort to such absurd cruelty because they know that the vast majority of Iranians oppose their regime. And we're here to say that we stand with the Iranian people, and we reject the parasitic regime that has ruled that country since 1979. Today is March 8th, where people around the world celebrate International Women's Day. But no one has paid a greater or steeper price than the women in the Islamic Republic. In September 2022, countless thousands of Iranians, led by Iranian women, rose up against the regime following its brutal murder of Mahsa Jina Amini, a young Kurdish Iranian woman, a beloved daughter and sister, who should be alive today. Her supposed crime? Not wearing her hijab in just the way that the so-called morality police would have liked. For that supposed crime, she was beaten to death by the Islamic Republic. The regime did not just kill Mahsa. It has for decades been torturing and killing Iranian women that dare to defy the regime and demand to live freely, including those who protested against Mahsa's murder and demanded women, life, freedom. Among those murdered by Raisi's regime during the Women Life Freedom Uprising was 16-year-old protester Nika Shahrameh. A BBC investigation unearthed the secret documents that showed that Nika was heinously sexually assaulted and killed by 3 men from Iran's security forces after she was detained. So on this International Women's Day, let us honor the innocent women of Iran killed by this evil regime and join the Iranian women here and Miriam Rajavi, who will be appearing by video in just a few minutes, in calling for a free, democratic, non-nuclear Republic of Iran.
In Iran, women resistance freedom! In Iran, women resistance freedom!
Now, I've been working for a free Iran all my years in Congress and before that. And for 29 years, I've served on the Foreign Affairs Committee. Last week, we saw news that should terrify the world. And that is that the Islamic Republic perhaps has enough nuclear material for not 1 nuclear weapon, but 6 nuclear weapons. Now, first, we should remember that it was the MEK that first revealed to the world in the year 2002 that Iran was working on a nuclear weapon. This is the last resort of the Ayatollah's regime. It cannot achieve popularity because of its policies. So it seeks to terrorize its own people and the people of the region. But it has failed. It lost its ally, Hezbollah. It lost its ally, Assad. And pretty soon it will lose its death grip on the Iranian people. But make no mistake about it, this is a dangerous moment. And all the more reason why the United States must be clear in its support for all the groups around the world and in Iran that are working for democracy in Iran. Because a democratic Iran will not develop nuclear weapons. That is why last week, my fellow Californian Congressman Tom McClintock and I joined with 150 bipartisan members of Congress to introduce a resolution supporting democracy in Iran, condemning the state-sponsored terrorism, and standing with the Iranian people in calling for democracy. The Trump administration must work fast to create a new strategy to combat Iran's nuclear program, and the best strategy is one that works for an end to the Islamic Republic. A nuclear Iran is an existential threat to the region and to the United States. And we hear the regime shout again, death to Israel, and then they chant again, death to America, death to America, death to America. They will not defeat America. America and the world, and especially the Iranian people, will defeat them.
Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran.
Well, we thought some things would never end. We thought the Assad family would hold on in Syria since it ruled since 1971. And then we saw the Iranian regime lose its ally. We will see something else that will surprise many in the world. We will see the fall of the Islamic Republic. And it won't happen without the tireless effort of Iranian people around the world. I've been with you for 3 decades. I'll be with you for as long as it takes. Women, life, freedom. I'm Congressman Brad Sherman. Thank you very much.
In Iran, women resistance freedom. In Iran, women resistance freedom. In Iran, women resistance freedom.
Check. Sisters, brothers, freedom fighters, and the resilient people of Iran, welcome. I'm Amir Ahmadi, and on behalf of the Organization of Iranian American Communities, I'm honored to welcome you to this Free Iran rally. And especially here in Washington, D.C. on this historic International Women's Day. Today, we unite our voices against tyranny and oppression, not just to mark another day on the calendar, but to stand with the Iranian people whose courage has long defied the oppressive regime that has kept them shackled for far too long. We gather on Capitol Hill to show that the epicenter of terror in Tehran is also the birthplace of hope. The Iranian regime, with its nuclear ambitions and brutal repression, has sown fear across our nation and our region. Yet the spirit of the Iranian people remains unbroken. With unwavering determination, we are ready to dismantle this corrupt system and secure a future defined by democratic values. these democratic values were the strength of the National Council of Resistance of Iran and the steadfast efforts of the MEK propel us toward meaningful change. Today, we honor the struggle for freedom not only through our defiance, but by recognizing the powerful role that the Iranian women have played at the forefront of the resistance. Their strength and resolve light the path toward a democratic, secular, free republic, a future that every Iranian, every freedom fighter, and every advocate of justice deserves. Now, as we stand united with a clear mission to dismantle the regime, shut down its nuclear ambitions, and end its terror both at home and abroad, it is my honor to hand the mic over to my esteemed colleague, Dr. Solmaz Abu Ali.
Good morning. Thank you, Amir, for that introduction. My name is Dr. Solmaz Abu Ali, and I'm excited to MC this important event alongside my colleague. Firstly, I want to wish everyone a happy International Women's Day as we acknowledge the struggles and accomplishments of women and young girls worldwide. In the case of Iran, women and resistance and freedom have gone hand in hand for the past 40 years, as women have repeatedly stood on the front lines of protests to effect change. When I was forced to leave Iran as a little girl, my future seemed to be bleak. In my new home in the United States, I earned a doctorate degree, became a published author, and competed around the world in traditional karate, reaching the status of 15-time U.S. national champion and 3-time world champion. Yet, I am still the little girl who longs for the freedom of her homeland and of Iranian people. For all of us being here today shows we are increasingly closer to meaningful change in the country, which means a few things. It means that the overthrow of the Iranian regime is the only way to end the threats posed by a corrupt regime in Iran and in the region. It means that the Iranian people are determined and capable of overthrowing this regime. Meaningful change means the end of threats of the nuclear-armed mullahs in Iran. And meaningful change means Mrs. Maryam Rajavi's 10-point plan that leads us to a non-nuclear, democratic, free republic Iran.
Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran.
Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran.
Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran.
Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran.
As the president-elect of the Iranian resistance, Mrs. Maryam Rajavi's plan was not born overnight. It is a living representation of the largest, most capable resistance movement and its forces in the ground in Iran. It is founded upon gender equality, separation of church and state, free Iran, free speech, freedom of speech and assembly. Mrs. Maryam Rajavi's 10-point plan is supported by over 4,000 parliamentarians worldwide, including bipartisan House majority and 20 senators in the United States Congress, the majority of 33 legislative assemblies, mainly in Europe, and over 130 world leaders and 80 Nobel laureates. Where else can you find this kind of unity? The Iranian resistance is fully committed and capable of effecting meaningful change in Iran. That day is not too far. Thank you for your time today. هم میهنان عزیز در این قسمت به بخش‌های از سخنان جان جانان برادر مسعود رهبر انقلاب نوین مردم ایران گوش فرا می‌دهیم.
رژیم خمینی مقاومت میکنیم. به نام نامی ارتش آزادی بخش ملی به نام 30 خرداد لیلة القدر و سرفصل رقم خوردن سرنوشت تابناک ایران فردا، روزی که به رمز بقا و رشد مقاومت برای سرنگونی دشمن ضد بشری تبدیل شد. در تاریخچه این مقاومت جز سرفرازی خونبار که با پرداخت گزاف‌ترین بهای ممکن به دست آمده چیزی دیده نمی شود. به همین دلیل هرچه از آن سو، یعنی در طرف رژیم و متحدانش، خفت و ذلت و خواری و افلاس و فلاکت و اضمحلال است، در این سو هرچه هست شرف است و افتخار و بالندگی و آینده داریم. بار خدایا به همه اونهایی که در داخل یا خارج کشور با قدمی یا قلمی یا درمی و یا با دعا و لبخند و با نگاهی کاروان مقاومت و شهیدان و رزماوران آزادی رو یاری کردند و یاری می‌کنند، اجر شایسته و نام نیک عطا کن. ولی امروز ما همچنان افتخار میکنیم که وقتی گفتیم مرگ بر ارتجاع پاش ایستادیم و تا آخرین نفس و تا آخرین قطره خون هم خواهیم ایستاد، همچنان که گفتیم سرنگونی صبر کنیم.
خون شهیدانمان، رنج اسیرانمان در تو گره می‌خورد رجوی قهرمان.
What an inspiring experience it is always to listen to Baradar Massoud. At this time, I'd like to invite members of the Iranian Women's Committee. Dr. Azadeh Sami is a practicing physician in the Washington, D.C. metro area. And Dr. Nilufar Ehsani is a practicing physician and active member of the Iranian American community of Indiana. Please welcome them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ramadan Mubarak. And thank you for coming together today on this International Women's Day. Today, I stand before you not just as a physician, a mother, or the daughter of a former political prisoner under the Shah, but as a woman whose heart beats in unison with the courageous women of Iran. My life's journey, influenced by my mother's resilience against the tyranny of Pahlavi's regime and my own role in healing, has instilled in me a profound commitment to justice and human dignity. As we gather here, it's crucial to acknowledge that the women of Iran are not just fighting for their rights, they are battling for the soul of a nation. They lead from the front, demanding an end to decades of oppression, not with whispers, but with roars for freedom echoed in the streets, homes, and hearts across Iran, even in prisons, as we hear about the brave women of Evin prison and elsewhere. We know that this regime will not be able to silence their voices. Of course, the symbol of women, resistance, and freedom in Iran is an Ashraf 3 on the one hand, and the women in resistance units inside Iran on the other. They are the embodiment of resilience and defiance, who remind us that freedom is not given but taken. In Iran, women have taught us that the choice over hijab, wearing it or not, is not the boundary of their resistance, but the beginning of their emancipation for all-encompassing freedom. Freedom from tyranny, from imposed beliefs, and from the shackles of a regime that fears their power. That is why when Maryam Rajavi says no to compulsory hijab, no to compulsory religion, we see the women of Iran in that call. Our rally today is another example of solidarity with the people of Iran, especially women and girls. Together, as a global community, we must commit to standing with the women of Iran, amplifying their voices, and tirelessly working towards a future where freedom and equality are not just ideals, but realities. Thank you.
In Iran, women resistant freedom. زن مقاومت آزادی.
Ladies and gentlemen, on International Women's Day, we recognize that Iranian women are the driving force for freedom in Iran. As an Iranian American woman and doctor, I have seen that no medicine can heal the wounds inflicted by oppression. Yet Iranian women continue to show remarkable courage, from the young girls confronting the IRGC, to the mothers marching for justice, to the women of the resistance sacrificing everything. Our struggle extends beyond women's rights to human rights and democracy. A free Iran requires women's full participation. Under Maryam Rajavi's leadership, women lead the Iranian resistance as strategists and advocates for justice. Her 10-point plan guarantees women's rights in tomorrow's Iran, including equal political, social, educational, and economic freedoms.
زن مقاومت آزادی.
زن مقاومت آزادی.
Let me tell you what I've learned from the women leading the force for change in Iran, namely the MEK. I have learned loyalty from their 1,000 women in Ashraf 3 in Albania, dedicating years, if not decades, of their lives for freedom. They have shown us you have to be prepared to continuously pay the price for your goal. I have learned from one of their political prisoners, Maryam Akbari Monfared, a mother of 3 girls who has spent 15 years in Iranian prisons and even still continues to call for accountability for those involved in the killings in Iran. From her, we learn about commitment, the search for justice, and an unshakable perseverance. To the women of Iran, we say this: we will amplify your voices until Iran is free. Thank you.
زن مقاومت آزادی.
gentlemen, now we have the honor to hear a clip from the President-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, Mrs. Maryam Rajavi.
هموطنان، یاران شورشگر، حامیان مقاومت، به شما و گرد همایی و راهپیمایی شما درود میفرستم که پرچم برافراشته مقاومت و قیام مردم ایران است. در این روز که عید جهانی زنان است، تظاهرات شما با رزم و مقاومت هزاران زن پرشور و مصمم گره خورده است. آنهایی که در این 4 دهه برای آزادی میهن خود به پا خواسته‌اند. همچنان که معتقدیم و گفته‌ایم زنان نیروی تغییرند. مشارکت فعال و برابر زنان در رهبری سیاسی لازمه آزادی و دموکراسی است. رهایی زن شرط رهایی مرد است و شکست رژیم ولایت فقیه با پیشتازی زنان محقق خواهد شد. آری، زن، مقاومت، آزادی.
زن، مقاومت، آزادی.
هموطنان،
زن،
شکست های پیدرپی خامنه‌ای،
زن،
پوسیدگی رژیمش،
آزادی،
فلج شدگی دولتش و ناتوانیش در حل مشکلات مردم و به خصوص عزم یک خلق به جان آمده برای به زیر کشیدن رژیم این پیام را دارد که زمان برخاستن است. خامنه امروز با اعدام‌های بیوقفه در مقابل مردم ایران خط می‌بندد. برای تهدید و باجگیری از جامعه جهانی نیز برنامه بمب‌سازی اتمی را شتاب داده است. در مقابل مقاومت ایران اولین طرفی بوده که سری‌ترین سایت‌ها و جزئیات برنامه ضد میهنی اتمی رژیم را فاش کرده است. ما همواره از جمله در جریان توافق با کشورهای 5+1 در سال 1394 تاکید کردیم که باید تمام سایت‌های اتمی و بساط غنیسازی رژیم به طور کامل برچیده شود. اما متاسفانه مذاکره و مماشات فرصت نزدیکتر شدن به بمب اتمی را برای آنها فراهم کرده است. امروز باز هم تکرار می‌کنیم که برای جلوگیری از دستیابی این رژیم جنگ افروز و صادر کننده تروریسم به بمب اتمی گام اول و فوری این است که به طور کامل دستش از برنامه اتمی کوتاه شود. البته که راه حل نهایی و قطعی سرنگونی رژیم به دست مردم و مقاومت ایران است. برای ورق زدن صفحه تاریک تاریخ ایران باید از کانون‌های شورشی، از زنان پیشتاز در این کانون‌ها که در صف مقدم قرار دارند حمایت شود. آنها اجزای ارتش آزادی و نیروی اصلی تغییر و رزمندگان آزادی ایران هستند. برای تغییر در ایران ما به فرزندان رزماور و جان برکف ایران و به حمایت بیدریغ مردممان اتکا داریم. از هیچ قدرت خارجی نخواسته و نمیخواهیم که به جای مردم ایران بجنگد و برای ما تغییر به ارمغان بیاورد. استقلال نیروی بزرگ معنوی و مادی ما در این مبارزه است. این مبارزه برخاسته از آتش مردم ایران به آزادی است که تا به حال بیش از 100,000 شهید در قیام و مقاومت علیه این رژیم سفاک تقدیم کردند. مبارزه با یک رژیم جنایتکار است که با کشتارهای خیابانی، کور کردن، حلق‌آویز کردن جوانان و دستگیری هزاران هزار نفر راه هر گونه ابراز مخالفت را بسته است. راستی در برابر رژیمی که با قهر سازمان یافته و با سپاه جنایتکار پاسداران در جنگ دائمی با مردم است، چه پاسخی کارساز است الا قیام و مقاومت سازمان یافته و کانون شورشی.
کانونهای شورشی درود بر عزمتان،
اعلامیه استقلال آمریکا نوشتند. هنگامی که دولت از شهروندان رو برمیگرداند و نابودی آنان را پیشه می کند، حق مسلم شهروندان دگرگونی و برانداختن حکومت است. بله، این حق مسلم مردم ایران است. قطعنامه اخیر بیش از 150 تن از قانونگذاران در مجلس نمایندگان آمریکا نمونه مهمی از حمایت دو حزبی منتخبان این کشور از حقوق مشروع مردم ایران است. آنها تاکید کردند که حق مردم ایران و کانونهای شورشی را برای سرنگونی نظام ولایت فقیه به رسمیت می‌شناسند و از نقش مسیر مقاومت ایران برای پروسه تغییر در ایران حمایت می‌کنند. آری، به رسمیت شناختن مبارزه مردم و جوانان شورشگر با سپاه پاسداران برای سرنگونی این رژیم سفاک لازمه صلح و آرامش و امنیت در منطقه و در جهان است. حال بگذارید اصلاحاتی ها در داخل و خارج کشور و اونهایی که اهل فداکاری و قیمت دادن نیستند همچنان روزه خشونت پرهیزی بخواند. خلقی که برای آزادی سر به شورش برمی‌دارد به آنها اعتنایی نمی کند. دار و دسته دیگری هم هستند که با جنجال و عربده کشی در طرفداری از دیکتاتوری قبلی می‌خواهند به بقای همین رژیم کمک کنند. زمانی سرهنگ لیاخوف فرمانده قزاق‌ها و بعد از اون ژنرال آیرونساید انگلیسی و سومین بار کودتاچیان 28 مرداد هر کدوم نوبت به نوبت یک کینگ برای ایران ساختند. حالا نوبت به سپاه پاسداران رسیده که کینگ بسازد. بله، نوفاشیست های شاه پرست چیزی جز بازیچه فاشیسم دینی نیستند. به عبارت دیگه، همچنان که مسعود 2 سال پیش گفت، این بازی ها در خدمت رژیم و بر ضد قیام و جبهه مردم و انقلاب و جمهوری دموکراتیک است. اما با اراده مردم ایران بساط شاه پرستی و سلطنت جمع می شود.
مرگ بر ستمگر، چه شاه باشه چه رهبر.
خواهران و برادران، هموطنان عزیز، ای میلیون ها مردم غارت شده ای که از درد و خشم به خود می‌پیچید، زمان برخاستن است. نه شانس و نه تصادف، نه عوامل موهوم، هیچ کدام باعث دگرگونی در ایران نمی شود. این رژیم نه خود به خودی ساقط می شود، نه خود به خود فرو می پاشد. یک راه وجود دارد و فقط یک راه، و آن مقاومت و قیام سازمان یافته است. همه چیز به اراده ها و پیکار فرزندان ایران بستگی دارد. همه چیز به آن بستگی دارد که قیمت آزادی را به تمام و کمال بپردازیم و ما برای همین به میدان آمده ایم و میگوییم زمان برخاستن است. سلام بر آزادی، سلام بر مردم ایران، درود بر همه شما.
ایران، مریم، آزادی، شورش، عصیان، پیروزی.
ایران، مریم، آزادی، شورش، عصیان، پیروزی. ایران، مریم، آزادی، شورش.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me give a warm welcome as I introduce to you the 107th Mayor of New York City, the Honorable Mayor Rudy Giuliani.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Iranian American patriots, American patriots supporting freedom in Iran, to our brothers and sisters in Ashraf 3, and to the people in Iran who are getting to hear this today, either now or later on. We're here on International Women's Day to stand together to change, destroy, get rid of a 40-year regime of terror that has been nothing other than a homicidal, misogynistic regime, meaning they uniformly practice the persecution and murder of women because they're women. How is it so many in America tolerate it, ignore it, and don't report on it? That's changing. I believe that people recognize that the attempt to create peace in the Middle East will not work so long as the regime of terror under the Ayatollah remains in power. No matter what we do, no matter what any other nation does, the Ayatollah will undermine it because, as you know, every Friday in Tehran, there are 3 chants that conclude the prayer. One is death to Israel. The second is death to America. And the third is death to the MEK. So long as this regime exists, no matter what peace treaties, no matter what good tidings or will there will be, it'll be undermined because the regime wants to be an empire. It's not the Islamic Republic of Iran. What they're seeking is the Islamic Empire of Iran. And they were getting there. They were on their way there. They had control of Syria. Ha! See what happened to that one. They had Hezbollah, the most powerful terrorist group in the world. Now you can't find them. They urged Hamas to carry out one of the most barbaric, cowardly, horrible attacks in human history. Where's Hamas? And we still have the Houthis to deal with, who have made 130 attacks on shipping in the Red Sea. Don't be fooled. None of that was the Houthis alone. None of that was Hamas alone. None of that was Hezbollah alone or Assad alone. It was the Ayatollah and the regime of terror who was behind it, hiding behind them. At its core, this regime, over 4 decades now, has killed 100,000, 200,000 of its own people. They've killed thousands of others, including thousands of Americans in Iraq and elsewhere, certainly under the direction of Soleimani, who's no longer with us. Thanks to the President of the United States. This is a tyranny that goes way beyond just Iran. The people of Iran are captives of this tyranny. It's a sickness, it's a tyranny, and it's one that has completely undermined the Western ability to resist it. And it's time to stand up and say, regime change in Iran.
Down with terrorist regime of Iran!
Down with the Ayatollah! Down with the mullahs!
Down with the mullahs!
And up with Mariam Rajavi! Iran is known to be the biggest state sponsor of terrorism in the world. That means they take roughly half their money away from the people of Iran and they give it to Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, or whatever terrorist group they can find. So you tell me, back in 2017, what the President of the United States, 2015, what the President of the United States was doing, giving them hundreds of millions of dollars in cash. That was President Obama. He gave the Ayatollah hundreds of millions of dollars in cash. That's like giving bin Laden $100 million in cash. Why do you think it was in cash? You think we transact business in cash? What do terrorists want?
Cash!
Cash! And the President of the United States sent them all the cash they wanted until he was discovered. Until he was discovered doing it in the night, in the evening, by surreptitious flights. Why isn't he in jail? Some of that money was used to kill Americans by Soleimani. He was still alive then. And no one here in America wants to hold anyone to account for that. And there are American mothers and fathers without their children because of that money. And then we got a president who stood up to them. And in 2020, we're on the verge of crushing the regime. Not just us, you were. How many protests? All over Iran. Every city, every village. Protest, protest. People brave enough to hold up signs. Death to the Ayatollah. Holding up signs saying Trump. People holding up signs selling their internal organs for money because things were so bad. And all they asked for was to make it worse so we could get rid of the regime of terror. And then we got a different president, the one who was Obama's compatriot, and a crushed, ready to be overthrown regime became wealthy again. Now, in those 4 years, do you know who pumped the most money into Iran of any nation on earth? The United States of America was the regime of terror's biggest financier, over $100 billion one way or the other from Joe Biden. They were resurrected
by the people of Iran.
They were ascended again. That's how they were able to support Hezbollah and the Houthis. A lot of it with our money that we released to them. That's how they were able to have the Houthis attack American bases and kill American servicemen and women. Supported by our money. What's wrong with us? You know what's wrong with us. That's over. Thank God that's over. Once again, the sanctions have been placed on one of the most brutal regimes in world history. Once again, they're beginning to suffer. Suffer in order to deliver them to freedom. Suffer so that we can get rid of this tyrant who's been there for way too long, him and his predecessor. Now, I want you to just contrast something. The Ayatollah likes to talk to people and encourage them to be martyrs. Be a suicide bomber. Give up your life for jihad. You know where the Ayatollah went when Israel ignited all of those cell phones and devices all over the Middle East? Bombing. Ayatollah put himself in a closet, the little coward. For a week, they couldn't find him. He was hiding. So much for his being a suicidal martyr. He's an inveterate coward. He was afraid he was going to die. What about paradise? You should have been right out there and say, paradise for me. No. Under the table, under the building, way down in the basement. He was hiding. All of the Quds Force, all of the big, brave, revolutionary God, they got rid of their devices. Throw this device away. Throw that. We might get blown up. Contrast our leader. When maybe, just maybe, they were the ones who tried to kill him in Butler County, Pennsylvania. I say maybe because the FBI is still investigating, which maybe someday we'll get an answer. I don't know that it's Iran, but I don't know it isn't Iran. After all, they did threaten to kill him. They tried to kill me twice. And who am I? However, when they tried to kill the President of the United States, he didn't go down into the basement for a week. He stood right up with blood on the side of his face. And unlike the Ayatollah, the miserable, murderous coward, he stood up and said, fight! 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 That's a leader.
Down with terrorist regime of Iran!
That's because he has the strength of freedom on his side. And the Ayatollah is afflicted with tyranny. He's a murderer, a mass murderer. And he should be gone. And I know,
Down with terrorist regime of Iran!
and I know
Down with terrorist regime of Iran!
So all of you in Ashraf 3 and in Iran hearing this, these are the people in America with you. With you because you can do this. You were real close to doing it in 2020, 2019 and 2020. And we're back there now. And they're even weaker. I mean, they were propped up by Hezbollah. Where are they now? They were propped up by Assad and Syria. Where are they now? They were propped up by the Houthis, and they're getting bombed every day. So Iran, you're on your own now. Let's see how that works. You had a real hard time with Iraq, didn't you? 7 years. And you couldn't move 3 inches in Iraq. We're really frightened of you. And then when the devices went off, you went in the basement. So I don't know. You're not going to need American troops. You're not going to need European troops, if there are such things. And you're not going to need anything but yourself. And Madam Rajavi. And the NCRI. You know, here in the West, in America, where you have a lot of sick people who are your enemies and favor the Ayatollah, like Obama did and like Biden did. There are a lot of people like that. They have no idea how strong you are. You're not a strong group. You're just a fringe group. You're a cult. Listen to the words of the Ayatollah. 2 years ago, Ayatollah said, maybe it was a slip, the Ayatollah said, the one group that I really fear, because they have the resources to do it and the organizational ability, is the MEK. If you were so weak, why are you the most targeted for execution and murder in Iran? Because they are afraid of you. Because they know what you did to them in 17 and 18 and 19. They know how you can ignite an entire nation. And all you need from us is our support. You don't need soldiers. You need support. Well, I know you for years. You have my support, and I believe that next year, at this time, with the grace of God, we'll all meet in Tehran in a free Iran with freedom for women, freedom for everyone, freedom of religion, and with a great ally for the United States of America. God bless you. God bless the great Persian people, and God bless America.
terrorist regime of Iran! terrorist regime of Iran! terrorist regime of Iran! terrorist regime of Iran! Dictator! Khomeini! Dictator! Khomeini! Dictator! Khomeini! Dictator! Khomeini! Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran! Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran!
Thank you so much, Mayor Giuliani, for those powerful words about freedom and strength and meeting in Iran. And now, at this time, I'd like to invite members of the Youth Committee to the stage. Michelle Shariati is a student, activist, research analyst, and member of the Iranian American community of Georgia. Hanif Fahadi is a student activist and a member of the Iranian American community of Virginia. Please welcome them.
Good afternoon, and hello to all of my fellow students and human rights activists joining us here today. I stand before you today not just as an Iranian American student activist, but as the daughter of a German mother and an Iranian father, a former political prisoner who has witnessed the scars of the regime's brutality firsthand. But the regime failed to break my father, just as it has failed to silence the brave women and men of the resistance. Today, I speak directly to my courageous sisters in the resistance units, to the young women in the streets of Tehran, Esfahan, and Mashhad, who stand fearless against the regime's forces. You are the true face of Iran, and we will fight for you. Iran needs a political alternative to effect change in Iran, and we have it. Iran needs the National Council of Resistance of Iran under the leadership of Maryam Rajavi that represents the democratic future of Iran. Her 10-point plan lays the foundation for a free, secular, and democratic republic. This is the Iran that we are fighting for.
Yes!
We must push for maximum pressure on this regime. No more concessions, no more appeasement. I applaud the bipartisan resolution in the U.S. House of Representatives that recognizes the Iranian people's right to overthrow this dictatorship and endorses the roadmap proposed by Mrs. Maryam Rajavi for the transitional period post-theocracy in Iran. Long live the Iranian student movement in Iran. Long live the resistance units across Iran as we chant, women, resistance, freedom. Thank you.
Friends, companions, and awakened consciences. My name is Hanif. I'm a student at a college in America. Although I was born in this country, my heart and soul are tied to a land where innocent people sacrificed their lives for freedom, justice, and human dignity. I am from the 4th generation of the People's Mujahideen Organization of Iran, just as the 4th generation of PMOI-MEK is rising in the streets of Iran today, carrying the banner of struggle high. The history of this struggle is written in blood and sacrifice. My grandfather was one of the thousands of martyred by the oppressive regime. But this cycle has not stopped. Instead, generation after generation, the torch of freedom has been lifted even higher. Today, we witness the youth of Iran, this same 4th generation fighting bravely in the streets with determination, faith, and a love for freedom. We are here to deliver their message to the world, to make sure their cries echoing through the streets and alleys of Iran reach every awakened conscience. We fight for a future where justice replaces oppression, where freedom replaces tyranny, and life replaces death. The regime believes it can silence this resistance with executions, prisons, torture, but history has shown that every drop of blood spilled nourishes the tree of freedom. You, I, and all of us are the continuation of this path. Our generation does not surrender. Our generation stands firm and will triumph. Let us amplify the voice of the resistance units louder than ever. They have ignited the flame of hope in the darkness. They are the harbingers of victory. They have defined courage, and we are here to echo their voice to the world. We will be the voice of those who are in the dark and our narrow prisons of the regime can still dream of a bright tomorrow. Let us keep this struggle alive and fight for a future where no mother sees her child drenched in blood and no father carries the grief of his young one's death. Victory belongs to the people of Iran. Long live freedom!
شورشی جنگ آور
I'd like to introduce Ambassador Sam Brownback, former Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom at the State Department, 46th Governor, and former United States Senator from Kansas. Please help me welcome Ambassador Brownback.
Thank you. Thank you. That wind really has those flags blowing out there, and that is, I believe, a divine symbol of what's going to take place in Tehran. The winds of change are blowing in Tehran. How about this? I've been coming to these rallies and speaking at them for 20 years. Because I believe in the cause, the need of change. How about next year in Tehran? Next year in Tehran. It is time. It is past time for this to happen. I applaud your heart and how you've stayed with this for a long time. But this regime has got to go. No more excuses. This regime has got to go. We need European support for it, and they should support a change in regimes in Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran.
Regime change in Iran
By the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. I got another one for you. No more mullahs, no more nukes. 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 We've got to get rid of this regime in Iran or it will be nuclear. It's not now or never, it's now or nuclear. It has to change or this will be maximum pressure campaign is being put on by the White House. But it also needs a political component. It needs to support regime change in Iran. That's what it needs to have with it. We've got maximum economic pressure. We need maximum security pressure. We need maximum political pressure on the Tehran regime for it to change.
by the people of Iran. Regime change
in Iran
by the people of Iran.
Now, the United States, when communism came down in the Soviet Union, it was led by a group like yours. It was led outside, initially in Poland, by a group called Solidarity. They stood up to the communist regime when people thought it was impossible for this regime to come down. They stood up. The United States stood behind them, and that regime started to crumble in Poland and then other countries and in the Soviet Union. We can do the same thing in Iran. It needs to be. The axis of authoritarians grows ever more provocative. China, Russia, Iran. We need to peel the Iranian one out of it now. And it can come down now. They will continue to be provocative around the world until they start to crumble, and we've got to stake them down. And Iran is one of the key places to do it. You will not have peace in the Middle East while the mullahs rule in Tehran. There won't be. It won't happen. They sow chaos, not accord. They're not peacemakers. They are peace breakers. They have to go. Now, I just want to say on this point, and I am proud of you hanging in here to this point to get this regime to this point of change. I first introduced the Iran Democracy Act in 2006. I stood up here with Joe Lieberman and John McCain, and we pushed and pushed these things. And we would get tepid responses from the U.S. government and from European governments. No more. No more. Maximum pressure by the United States, including political pressure, maximum pressure out of Europe towards Iran. We've got to get this regime change happening, and happening now. Next year in Tehran. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Brownback. We appreciate your support as always. Please welcome representatives of the younger generations, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, who have played a significant role in Iran, but also here in the U.S. as they echo voices of freedom. Please welcome them.
مرسی. با سلام و درود به همتون. به نام خدا و به نام خلق قهرمان ایران. همه ما جوانان امروز در اینجا جمع شده ایم به عنوان نمایندگان جوانان ایران. هرچند که هیچ کدوم از ما هرگز به ایران نرفتیم، امروز در اینجا هستیم چون همگی یک رویا داریم. رویای ایران جمهوری، آزاد و دموکراتیک. در گذشته سخنرانی داشتم که در آن کلمات رهبران مقاومت را زنده می کردم. این کسان که به ما روحیه انقلابی دادند. به جهان بگذارید بداند که کسانی مثل مسعود رجوی و سردار موسی خیابانی معلم ما جوانها هستند. ما همه در اینجا هستیم چون می‌خواهیم برای سرنگون کردن نظام آخوندی بجنگیم. هرچند که نمی‌توانیم مثل هموطنان شجاعمون در ایران به فراخوانی یک مقاومت مسلح جواب بدیم، ولی هر روز جنگ سیاسی را ادامه میدیم. نسل ما رودهای مقاومت را از نسل‌های قبل از خود اموختیم با جنگ آنها بر علیه شاه و شیخ. به خاطر آن هست که امروز در اینجا هستیم با همان پایان. تک تک ما در اینجا هستیم چون به خود افتخار میکنیم که برای مردم ایران به پا هستیم و به طرفداری از مقاومت افتخار کنیم. من امروز در برابر شما عنوان یک کانون شورشی سربلند ایستاده ام تا آخر. با اجازه الان به انگلیسی سخنرانیمو ادامه میدم. As you all know, I have had the pleasure to give speeches in front of you amazing people many times over the years. But this year, it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce a new face to you all. Please welcome Sonia Sajadi.
نسل قیام می جوشد ایران می خروشد.
سلام، اسم من Sayana hast. Hello, my name is Sayana. I was born in America and I'm 13. I have never been to Iran, but as long as I can remember, I have been coming to the rallies for a free Iran with my family. I am proud of the women, the youth, and the young girls in Iran who are not giving up the fight for their freedom. I am here to echo their voices, as we all are. The fight for freedom in Iran has been a long and torturous one. Every day, we witness the courageous young girls in Iran standing up against the forces of repression. They demand their right to be free. The free-spirited girls and women of Iran who have been suppressed for long have now become the agents for change. This generation's resilience and determination hasn't come about from thin air, but rather was taught to them by the generations which have come before them, which have built a culture of defiance against misogyny and dictatorship. I have learned about Fatima Mesbah. She was my age when her life, along with her family's, was taken for supporting the leading freedom movement in Iran. Today, she is an inspiration to young girls in Iran, and today, the young girls in Iran, for standing and persevering to be free, have become inspirations to young girls all around the world. Now, I can feel the fire of Fatima Mesbah in me. Now, I can hear the voice of Sabah Haft Baradaran when she said, "We stand to the end." As Maryam Rajavi has taught us, we can and we must. Mitavan va boyad! Mitavan va boyad!
Mitavan va boyad! Mitavan va boyad! Mitavan va boyad! Mitavan va boyad! Mitavan va boyad!
می‌جنگیم، می‌رسمیم، ایران رو پس می‌گیریم.
می‌جنگیم، می‌رسمیم، ایران رو پس می‌گیریم.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we will begin the march portion of the event. There are team members that will help you create the straight line. So please follow that. Create a line. لطفاً صفوف رو شکل بدین.
شب گردم و سوزانم خشم فرو خورده ایرانم حاضر 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 بغض گلوی یتیمانم حسرت یک سفره بینانم روز شفق خوان شهیدانم حاضر 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 جرأت برهم زن تقدیرم موج پدید آور تغییرم فصل براندازی زنجیرم حاضر 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 قله مغرور دماغ دستم و بیباکم شورش ایرانی بیدارم حاضر 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 مادر خون دشت جگر حاضر روی پر از برف پدر حاضر دیده خورشید به در حاضر 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 میهن تبعیدیم ای ایران خانه خورشیدیم ای ایران عشق تو و شوق خطر حاضر 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 پیکارم مرد و زن جنگم و ایارم برش باروکم و رگبارم حاضر 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 بلبل انداز و شررناکم ساحل در دستم و بیباکم شورش ایرانی بیدارم حاضر 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 مادر خون دشت جگر حاضر روی پر از برف پدر حاضر دیده خورشید به در حاضر 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 میهن تبعیدیم ای ایران خانه خورشیدیم ای ایران عشق تو و شوق خطر حاضر 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 شب گردم و سوزانم خشم فرو خورده ایرانم حاضر 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 بغض گلوی یتیمانم حسرت یک سفره بینانم نور شفق فام شهیدانم حاضر 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 جرأت بر همزن تقدیرم موج پدید آور تغییرم فصل براندازی زنجیرم حاضر 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 قله مغرور دماوندم دامن در دامن الوندم برق پر از صورت شمشیرم حاضر 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 پیکارم مرد و زن جنگم و ایارم برش باروکم و رگبارم حاضر 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 بلبل انداز و شررناکم سائق در دستم و بیباکم شورش ایرانی بیدارم حاضر 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 مادر خون دشت جگر حاضر روی پر از برف پدر حاضر دیده خورشید به در حاضر 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 میهن تبعیدیم ای ایران خانه خورشیدیم ای ایران عشق تو و شوق خطر حاضر 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 پیکارم مرد و زن جنگم و ایارم برش باروکم و رگبارم حاضر 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 بلبل انداز و شررناکم سائق در دستم و بیباکم شورش ایرانی بیدارم حاضر 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 مادر خون دشت جگر حاضر روی پر از برف پدر حاضر دیده خورشید به در حاضر 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 میهن تبعیدیم ای ایران خانه خورشیدیم ای ایران عشق تو و شوق خطر حاضر 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 سوزانم خشم فرو خورده ایرانم بغض گلوگیر یتیمانم حسرت یک سفره بینانم نور شفق فام شهیدانم جرأت بر همزن تقدیرم موج پدید آور تغییرم فصل براندازی زنجیرم قله مغرور دماوندم دامن در دامن الوندم برق پر از صورت شمشیرم براندازی و پیکارم مرد و زن جنگم و ایارم برش بارونم و رگبارم بلبل انداز و شررناکم سابقه در دستم و بیباکم شورش ایرانی بیدارم مادر خون گشت جگر حاضر روی پر از برف پدر حاضر دیگه خورشید به در حاضر میهن تبعیدیم ای ایران خانه خورشیدیم ای ایران عشق تو و شوق خطر حاضر پیکارم مرد و زن جنگم و ایارم برش بارونم و رگبارم بلبل انداز و شررناکم سابقه در دستم و بیباکم شورش ایرانی بیدارم مادر خون گشت جگر حاضر روی پر از برف پدر حاضر دیگه خورشید به در حاضر میهن تبعیدیم ای ایران خانه خورشیدیم ای ایران عشق تو و شوق خطر حاضر در شب گردم و سوزانم خشم فرو خورده ایرانم بغض گلوگیر یتیمانم حسرت یک سفره بینانم نور شفق فام شهیدانم جرأت بر همزن تقدیرم موج پدید آور تغییرم فصل براندازی زنجیرم قله مغرور دماوندم دامن در دامن الوندم برق پر از صورت شمشیرم پیکارم مرد و زن جنگم و ایارم برش بارونم و رگبارم بلبل انداز و شررناکم سابقه در دستم و بیباکم شورش ایرانی بیدارم مادر خون گشت جگر حاضر روی پر از برف پدر حاضر دیگه خورشید به در حاضر میهن تبعیدیم ای ایران خانه خورشیدیم ای ایران عشق تو و شوق خطر حاضر در دستم و بیباکم شورش ایرانی بیدارم حاضر 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 مادر خون گشته جگر حاضر روی پر از برف پدر حاضر ایده خورشیده به در حاضر 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 میهن تبعیدیم ای ایران خانه خورشیدیم ای ایران عشق تو و شوق خطر حاضر 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 حاضر
Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran.
In support of the Iranian people's right to determine their future. This rally calls for the overthrow of the ruling theocracy in Iran by the Iranian people as Tehran dashes to obtain nuclear weapons capabilities, posing an unprecedented threat to all of us. The Iranian people are ready to lead their own change. For years, they have been steadfast in their struggle for democracy and human rights, proving that there is no need for foreign boots on the ground or appropriation of money. This call aligns with the bipartisan voice of U.S. Congress as reflected in House Resolution 166, which urges the U.S. government to fully enforce its maximum pressure policy against the Iranian regime and stand by the Iranian people's inherent right to overthrow their oppressive regime. Experience shows that the only path to a non-nuclear Iran and lasting peace in the Middle East is through a regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. The world only needs to cut off resources to the repressive rulers of Iran. Most importantly, there exists a structured democratic alternative ready to lead Iran through a transitional phase to free elections. This alternative, represented by the National Council of Resistance of Iran and its president-elect, Mrs. Mariam Rajavi, as stated in her testimony today. Are you a robot? Separation of religion and state, gender equality, freedom of speech and religion, free market economy, a peaceful foreign policy, and a non-nuclear republic like Iran. Join us at the march. Together, let's support this cause to make the world a safer place. Thank you.
Pablo. Yeah, Pablo. Can you hear me? Call Eugene, man. Don't do the ladder, the shots are crazy. The guys at the truck. So I've been getting good shots to the crowd because they're getting no shots. And I was just getting people to flag. Okay. This is the best shot right here.
capabilities, posing an unprecedented threat to all of us. The Iranian people are ready to lead their own change. For years, they have been steadfast in their struggle for democracy and human rights, proving that there is no need for foreign boots on the ground or appropriation of money. This call aligns with the bipartisan voice of U.S. Congress, as reflected in House Resolution 166, which urges the U.S. government to fully enforce its maximum pressure policy against the Iranian regime and stand by the Iranian people's inherent right to overthrow their oppressive regime. Experience shows that the only path to a not-nuclear Iran and lasting peace in the Middle East is through a regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. The world only needs to cut off resources to the oppressive rulers of Iran. Most importantly, there exists a structured, democratic alternative ready to lead Iran through a transitional phase to free elections. This alternative, represented by the National Council of Resistance of Iran and its president-elect, Mrs. Mariam Rajavi, as stated in her 10-point plan, commits to free and fair elections, separation of religion and state, gender equality, freedom of speech and religion, free market economy, a peaceful foreign policy, and a non-nuclear republic in Iran. Join us in this march. Together,
no, I'm getting good shots like this, yeah.
Thank you. Women resistance free. Stop execution in Iran! No, no, no! دوستان لطفا شما از طرف جلوی صف تکرار کنید.
On the, you lost signal, didn't you? Yeah, I figured. Okay, yeah.
No comping.
Yeah, no.
Challenge! Russian challenge! شورشی Stop execution in Iran! No, no, no!
Stop execution in Iran! No, no, no! Stop execution in Iran! No, no, no!
مرگ بر ستمگر چه شاه باشه شرافت
مرگ بر ستمگر چه شاه باشه شرافت مرگ بر ستمگر چه شاه باشه شرافت
حرف اول می‌جنگیم می‌رزمیم ایران رو پس میگیریم جنگیم می‌رزمیم ایران رو پس میگیریم شورشی جنگ
چه شاه باشه درخت
می‌جنگیم می‌رفتیم ایران رو پس بگیریم. شورشی جنگاور حاضر تا آخر.
No, not Pakistani. It's back in my bag.
نصر قیام می‌جوشد، ایران می‌خراشد. زن مقاومت آزادی. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Down with dictator! Down with Khomeini!
Can I sit on the back?
اینه فاصله ها
We shall fight! We shall win! Viva! Viva! Rajavi!
Determine their future. This rally calls for the overthrow of the ruling theocracy in Iran by the Iranian people as Tehran dashes to obtain nuclear weapons capabilities, posing an unprecedented threat to all of us. The Iranian people are ready to lead their own change. For years, they have been steadfast in their struggle for democracy. This call aligns with the bipartisan voice of U.S. Congress as reflected in House Resolution 166, which urges the U.S. government to fully enforce its maximum pressure policy against the Iranian regime and stand by the Iranian people's inherent right to overthrow their oppressive regime. Experience shows that the only path to a non-nuclear Iran and lasting peace in the Middle East is through a regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. The world only needs to cut off resources to the repressive rulers of Iran. Most importantly, there exists a structured democratic alternative ready to lead Iran through a transitional phase to free elections. This alternative, represented by the National Council of Resistance of Iran and its president-elect, Mrs. Maryam Rajavi, as stated in her 10-point plan, commits to free and fair elections, separation of religion and state, gender equality, freedom of speech and religion, free market economy, a peaceful foreign policy, and a non-nuclear republic in Iran. Join us in this march. Together, let's support this cause to make the world a safer place. Thank you.
I mean, it's small. It's too small to say. Yep. Tell me that. Yep.
He wants to go down the side and come back.
Okay. Stop, close. Stay. آره تو قاسم بچه ها شما سب کنید جمعیت بره بعد آره شما میخواد بذارید بزش با اینجا مدرستش اینجا Come up behind, come up behind, come up behind. Yep, take it.
Change! Regime change in Iran! Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran! Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran! Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran! حرف اول حرف آخر سرنگونی می‌جنگیم می‌رزمیم ایران رو پس می‌گیریم شورشی جنگاور حاضر تا آخر شورشی جنگاور حاضر تا آخر شورشی جنگاور حاضر تا آخر مرگ بر ستمگر که شاه باشه چه رهبر 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 زن مقاومت آزادی زن مقاومت آزادی زن مقاومت آزادی زن مقاومت آزادی Down be terrorist regime of Iran! Down be terrorist regime of Iran! Down be harmony! Down with harmony!
مقاومت آزادی زن مقاومت آزادی زن مقاومت آزادی حرف اول حرف آخر سر نگونی سر نگونی حرف اول حرف آخر سر نگونی سر نگونی حرف اول حرف آخر سر نگونی سر نگونی می‌جنگیم می‌رزمیم ایران رو پس می‌گیریم می‌جنگیم می‌رزمیم ایران رو پس می‌گیریم می‌جنگیم می‌رزمیم ایران رو پس می‌گیریم محاکمه قاتلان حاصل خلق ایران محاکمه قاتلان حاصل خلق ایران محاکمه شورشی جنگاور حاضر حاضر تا آخر شورشی جنگاور حاضر حاضر تا آخر
to determine their future. This rally calls for the overthrow of the ruling theocracy in Iran by the Iranian people as Tehran dashes to obtain nuclear weapons capabilities, posing an unprecedented threat to all of us. The Iranian people are ready to lead their own change. For years, they have been steadfast in their struggle for democracy and human rights, proving that there is no need for foreign boots on the ground or appropriation of money. This call aligns with the bipartisan voice of U.S. Congress as reflected in House Resolution 166, which urges the U.S. government to fully enforce its maximum pressure policy against the Iranian regime and stand by the Iranian people's inherent right to overthrow their oppressive regime. Experience shows that the only path to a non-nuclear Iran and lasting peace in the Middle East is through a regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. The world only needs to cut off resources to the repressive rulers of Iran. Most importantly, there exists a structured democratic alternative ready to lead Iran through a transitional phase to free election. This alternative, represented by the National Council of Iran and its president-elect, Mrs. Maryam Rajavi, as stated in the 10-point plan, commits to free and fair elections, separation of religion and state, gender equality, freedom of speech and religion, free market economy, a peaceful foreign policy, and a non-nuclear republic in Iran. Join us in this march. Together, let's support this cause to make the world a safer place. Thank you.
Down with terrorist regime of Iran!
Down with terrorist regime of Iran! Down with terrorist regime of Iran!
Down with dictator! Down with Khomeini!
Down with dictator! Down with Khomeini! Down with dictator! Down with Khomeini!
Change, change, change! Regime change in Iran!
Change, change, change! Regime change in Iran!
Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran!
Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran! Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran!
پیام به جان جانان ایستاده این تا پایان. می جنگیم می رسمیم ایران رو پس میگیریم. می جنگیم می رسمیم ایران رو پس میگیریم. می جنگیم می رسمیم ایران رو پس میگیریم. Down with terrorist regime of Iran. Down with terrorist regime of Iran. Down with terrorist regime of Iran. We shall fight, we shall win. Viva, viva Rajavi. We shall fight, we shall win. Viva, viva Rajavi. We shall fight, we shall win. Viva, viva Rajavi. Down with dictator. Down with Khamenei. Down with dictator. Down with Khamenei. Down with dictator. Down with Khamenei. Change, change, change. Regime change in Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Stop execution in Iran now, now, now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are members of the Iranian-American communities from across the United States, marching today in support of the Iranian people's right to determine their future. This rally calls for the overthrow of the ruling theocracy in Iran by the Iranian people as Tehran dashes to obtain nuclear weapons capabilities, posing an unprecedented threat to all of us. The Iranian people are ready to lead their own change. For years, they have been steadfast in their struggle for democracy and human rights, proving that there is no need for foreign boots on the ground or appropriation of money. This call aligns with the bipartisan voice of U.S. Congress as reflected in House Resolution 166, which urges the U.S. government to fully enforce its maximum pressure policy against the Iranian regime and stand by the Iranian people's inherent right to overthrow their oppressive regime. Experience shows that the only path to a non-nuclear Iran and lasting peace in the Middle East is through a regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. The world only needs to cut off resources to the repressive rulers of Iran. Most importantly, there exists a structured democratic alternative ready to lead Iran through a transitional phase to free elections. This alternative, represented by the National Council of Resistance of Iran and its president-elect, Mrs. Maryam Rajavi, as stated in her 10-point plan, commits to free and fair elections, separation of religion and state, gender equality, freedom of speech and religion, free market economy, a peaceful foreign policy, and a non-nuclear republic in Iran. Join us in this march. Together, let's...
Down the terrorist regime of Iran. Down the dictator. Down the Khamenei. We shall fight. We shall win. Viva, viva Rajavi. Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Change, change, change. Regime change in Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. مرد بر خامنه‌ای، درود بر رجبی. مرد بر خامنه‌ای، درود بر رجبی. مرد بر خامنه‌ای، درود بر رجبی. پیام به جان جانان ایستادیم تا پایان. پیام به جان جانان ایستادیم تا پایان. پیام به جان جانان ایستادیم تا پایان. مرد بر ستمگر چه شاه باشه چه رهبر. مرد بر ستمگر چه شاه باشه چه رهبر. مرد بر ستمگر چه شاه باشه چه رهبر. Down with terrorist regime of Iran. We shall fight, we shall win, viva, viva, Rajavi. Democracy, freedom, viva, Rajavi. Down with dictator, down with harmony. We shall fight, we shall win, viva, viva, Rajavi. Down with terrorist regime of Iran. Down with dictator, down with harmony. Change, change, change. Regime change in Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Democracy, freedom, with Maryam Rajavi. حرف اول حرف آخر سر بدونی سر بدونی. پیام به جان جانان ایستادیم تا پایان.
I see him. I see him.
ایران، مریم، آزادی، شورش، عصیان، پیروزی. ایران، مریم، آزادی، شورش، عصیان، پیروزی. ایران، مریم، آزادی، شورش، عصیان، پیروزی. مرگ بر ستم
همه برن پشت بنه خاطرین پشت همه برن پشت بنه
the best setup in the city. Look at that.
you good with that carry, man? You kept falling off? You kept falling off?
Democracy freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Democracy freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Democracy freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Democracy freedom with Maryam Rajavi.
اومدیم نبودیم اومدیم این لحظه برای همش شده بوده آمدیم ترامپ نبود واو that's perfect
Regime change in Iran! Regime change in Iran! Regime change in Iran! Regime change in Iran! Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran! Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran! Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran! Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran! Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran! Right side a little forward! Democracy freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Democracy freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Democracy freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Down with terrorist regime of Iran. Down with terrorist regime
Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. We shall fight, we shall win, viva, viva Rajavi. We shall fight, we shall win, viva, viva. Down with dictator, down with Khomeini. Down with dictator, down with Khomeini. Down with dictator, down with Khomeini. Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Down with regime of Iran. Down with regime of Iran. We shall fight, we shall win, viva, viva Rajavi. We shall fight, we shall win, viva, viva Rajavi. Viva, viva Rajavi. Down with dictator, down with Khomeini. Down with dictator, down with Khomeini. Down with dictator, down with Khomeini. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Down with terrorist regime of Iran. We shall fight, we shall win, viva, viva Rajavi. We shall fight, we shall win, viva, viva Rajavi. Down with dictator, down with Khomeini. Down with dictator, down with Khomeini. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran. Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Democracy, freedom with Maryam Rajavi. Down with terrorist regime of Iran. Down with terrorist regime of Iran. Down with terrorist regime of Iran. Change, change, change. Regime change in Iran. Change, change, change. Regime change in Iran. Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran.
They can't see my shot. I don't know what shot. You want me to come down? No, stay. Let me see. They say they can't see it? Hold on. I'm going to step down. Hold on. Man, yo, you right in front of me, man. We're doing live here. Thank you. What color is it? Black? Is it black? Hey, Gene, see if the wallet's mine, man. The police said somebody... Let me see. Somebody dropped the wallet. Is that your wallet? The police... No, I don't think that's mine. Huh? It's over here. Right there. I don't think it's mine. You see him?
Maryam Rajavi!
Democracy, freedom! With Maryam Rajavi! Democracy, freedom! With Maryam Rajavi!
Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran!
Regime change in Iran by the people of Iran!
Down with dictator! Down with Germany!
Down with dictator! Down with Germany! Down with dictator! Down with Germany!
Alpha Setangar! Yaşa Cerrahlar!
Alpha Setangar! Yaşa Cerrahlar! Alpha Setangar! Yaşa Cerrahlar!
Şuresi! Cengaver! Hazır! Hazır! Dağlar!
Şuresi! Cengaver! Hazır! Hazır! Dağlar! Şuresi! Cengaver! Hazır! Hazır! Dağlar!
I just texted her, asked her if she's still good with me in this file. You know what I'm saying? He'll call me, I guess.
It's a very, very successful rally. We should all be proud. We're in front of the White House, making our voices heard, representing the people of Iran as the government should be. Down with the dictators. I'm proud of you. We're in this together. We'll fight together. This, again, concludes the event. Thank you so much for your time and for your energy. نفراتی که با اتوبوس اومدن خیابون همین این رو ادامه بدیم انتخابات بین 17 و 18 یعنی به سمت آفتاب به اون طرف برید با همین خیابون پنسیلوانیا. Ladies and gentlemen, the people of the bus and left and coming to the 17 and 18. Please, everybody that came from the hotel. You go straight.
I guess we're off, man. I'm gonna get off this thing.